Okay, here I am in the dark, and I just want to let you know that this horrible nightmare that we're living in is definitely scheduled to end. And most of us are guessing that you're all sick to death of being told, that I just looked at it to go to Mexico to Cancun just now. And it's fairly reasonable to go for 2 weeks. Like right now, I was looking to go like September 3rd for 2 weeks. And, well, they have social distancing in Mexico. And I went, I want a vacation from social distancing. They said all of the staff at the Mexican hotel are wearing personal protective equipment. I want a vacation from people wearing personal protective equipment. So I didn't book Mexico. Then I went over to Facebook Marketplace, and I like looking, and I saw a beautiful car. It was a 1966 Ford Mustang hardtop, and they had lots of pictures. And I looked at the engine, and the engine had all new wiring, which is really important for an old car. And it's funny because I live in Canada, and we have like winter for 6 months a year. So I was disappointed because this particular seller was selling the car with an additional four wheels with winter tires. And seriously, I would not use a 1966 Ford Mustang um, in the winter in Canada. They put salt on the roads, and the salt gets all over your car, and especially an older car like from the 60s, they didn't have good rust prevention, so I wouldn't use it in the winter. Anyway, the car was reasonable, 13,500 Canadian. That's a good price for a Mustang from 1966, and it looks really good. So, anyways, I don't want to buy it because I really don't want um, to. Because if you're going to have a car that you're not going to drive in the winter, it goes into storage, which is at least $200 a month. I keep waiting for Nasara to show up. Nasara is when we finally make first contact with the extraterrestrials, and we're given a whole pile of money, mad money, to go buy things. And if they gave me mad money, I would buy a Jeep and a maybe a Mustang like that. Both older. I like about a 1975 Jeep CJ with a V8 engine, and the Mustang would be nice. And then I need a nice um, cottage on a lake in um, Ontario, Canada. That's beautiful places on lakes. And I'm going to need a boat. I just saw a nice Bayliner boat with about 100 horsepower engine on it, and it was like 6,000 or 5,000 cash Canadian. What boat, motor, and trailer? That's not a bad price. So that would be nice to have at my cottage in Ontario province. And then in the winter time, I'm going to be a snowbird, and I'm going to have mm, I need someplace south to go for the winter. I just want to stay at like hotels. I just want. So I'm going to take the. I guess I'm going to take the Jeep, and I'm going to drive south, and I just want to go from place to place. I might go as far as um, Curitiba, Brazil. It's kind of like a place I always wanted to live for in the winter. I've never been. I haven't even been to South America, but I kind of scoped it out, and it's kind of like a suburb of Rio, and that would be cool. And I'd like to go there for when Canada's frozen, then it'd be nice to go to South America for the winter. And then I'll come back for the following summer. So that's kind of the plan when they give me the Jacera money. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. All in all we have to do now is we just have to cross our fingers that they're going to announce that we're, connected with Ashtar Sharon, Ashtar Command, who's got spaceships, and um, when's this all going to happen? I don't know, but all in all, it wouldn't take me, you know. Well, the thing is, if you're going to buy a cottage in Ontario province, it's going to cost you $1 million. So I need $1 million for the cottage, and then I need, well, for the Jeep, let's say I can get it for, I don't know, let's go with 20,000 and another 15,000 for the old Mustang. I basically need, plus I gotta have money for years to come and whatever. I need $1 billion, an even $1 billion for my Jacera Nacera contract. Why is it a contract? Well, they promised me all this money if, I followed um, Ashtar Command and Sheldon Nadal, who has been talking about Nasara for about 15 years. And David Wilcock has been talking about all this stuff for about 15 years. So, I got 15 years invested in a great improvement in circumstances for me personally. So, shouldn't I get it? I mean, don't I have the right vibration from it? I've been listening to Abraham Hicks for about, 15 years. And they keep promising that, if you get into the vortex of manifestation, then you can manifest whatever you want. And, it's not too much to ask for a vortex of manifestation. What else? Who else promised me all this stuff? Science of Mind. That was, oh, good God, that was 15, 20 years ago. And, they basically said you can have whatever you want. You just have to become one with the divinity. You just affirm positive affirmations, science of mind. I affirm that I'm a billionaire. And, basically, then what? Well, you just, they say, um, it's all in divine right timing. So, when the divinity decides that you're worth $1 billion, you'll see it, which might be 42,000 lifetimes from now, or it might be yesterday once more. So anyway, I gave up on the science of mind many years ago, but it's still there. I can still remember it. But I never asked for $1 billion 15 years ago. I think I asked for a decent job, and to this point, I still haven't found a decent paying job. That's gonna, if I was gonna do work and they were going to give me $1 billion, um, $1 million, no one's offered me. $100,000, I'm sorry, no one has offered me even $100,000 a year job. So, $50,000 a year selling cars, been there, done that. It's not enough money. And then, you got it's $50,000 a year. And in the summer, selling cars is pretty nice. But the 6 months of winter in Canada, when you got to go out in the car lot with your snow shovel and dig your Ford pickup truck out of a snowdrift because, you had a blizzard last night and now it's gone down to 40 below. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I did that, but it didn't get me what I wanted. So I'm not doing that anymore. Someone said, if you just pray harder, maybe it'll come. In Science of Mind, they said, treat and move your feet. So, treat is a spiritual mind treatment, which is basically positive affirmations. And move your feet means, well, while you're waiting for someone to deliver, a new Mustang car to you or a new Jeep CJ. Well, new to me. I still think, 1965 Mustang and or 1966 Mustang and a 1975 Jeep CJ. Those are older, and I need the cottage for the summer in Ontario province, and then I got to have a lot of cash in the bank so I can, you know, take the Jeep down to Curitiba near Rio. Anyways, all I can tell you is metaphysically, 15 years later, what is the metaphysical delivery for any of this stuff? Zip. All of this hocus pocus of, spiritually working to manifest anything you might like, um, it doesn't work for me. It hasn't worked for me, not one iota. In other words, anybody who tells you that you can have whatever you want, I need them to come to me and say, I'll give you whatever you want. In other words, I need George Soros to write me a check for $1 billion. Hello, George. George, it's Bobby Burrows in Canada calling. I'm still waiting for your check. George says, check's in the mail.